Aphromoo here, and this is my Razer Academy video on Sona.
30 seconds until
So when you're playing Sona in lane, it's really important that you know how squishy you are. Sona is like the most squishiest champion in lane, like 400 HP without my like little health points that I have in lane. So it's really important that you poke on CS with the AD. If someone walks up and pokes by herself, it's really unfortunate if you don't time it with your AD. Like in solo queue you can't really do that, but in competitive matches you can, since you're on Skype with your AD or whatever. Maybe if you duo queue, but if you go in and poke and it's a 1v2 situation, you're most likely going to lose the trade just because you're so squishy and they can just all in you right there. And since Sona's so squishy, they can just kill you, boom, dead, because of that fact. So you want to make sure your AD is there with you, poking at the same time, so they don't really go for you. Usually, it's more important to attack the AD, which is the highest threat, right, in lane. So do it at the same time as your AD, and that's the best situation you can be in. And that's what Sona excels at. You poke together, boom, use your cord, and then you back up. Don't keep going, because then sometimes you can do it fast enough where they can't react really and don't use their ability. So if you keep going after you use your Q power cord and your AD uses his spells, then if you keep going, they have a time to react and use their abilities to make the trade even. So you just want to use your abilities and then back up, and hopefully they don't react fast enough. Sometimes they do, but sometimes you can stand to the creeps if they have or if they have skill shot abilities. You just stand in the creeps and then wait for your cooldowns to be back up, then you poke them again. Then you already won the trade and you're up a trade. So that's how you win with Sona. And there's no really all inning unless you're like level 2 advantage ahead of them. So and here Trouser comes in to gank from lane, and Double F jumps right on top of Cop instantly. Trouser shows in the lane, and that's really good. I told him to do that right away. Just jump on top of him. And as the slow wears off, I flash exhaust and get some damage in Cop, and he blows cleanse and flash, and it's really good. And we probably would have killed elements right there, but you see this creep just came out of nowhere. I don't even know where that creep came from when Chaucer vanished. So unfortunately that happened, and it's alright, but we most likely would have killed Janna right there. But anyways, thanks Chaucer for ganking our lane, and since he blew cleanse and flash on Ashe, then next time Ashe comes in for a CS while we're trading poke, then we'll be able to go all in on him, and he can't really do anything. So when you know the other AD carry back early, then you want to start pushing the wave and back also, just to catch up on towning. So Ashe is what Dorn's blading the longsword up on us, so you want to push the wave into the tower and then town. Boom 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 boom. And you town. Alright, and then as soon as we come back to lane, we know that we can kill Ashe anytime, since she blew cleanse and flash. Alright, so you poke. We try and freeze the lane just a little bit, and you want to poke on CS. You want to do it on CS. Right now all she's doing is volleying to get CS, and that's because she's so scared and she knows that flash is down. So you wait for it, wait for it going on CS. Uses volley to get CS. Hasn't come up to auto CS yet. Double and I are just talking. Wait, on CS, on CS. I gotta make sure I ward too. But I don't need to ward yet, since I saw release middle, so we're alright. Cop goes into auto for a CS, and you go all in right there. Poke, poke, we're gonna get him under tower. Double says flash, boom, dead. And Sona Trist is a very good lane at trading and all-inning. So it's just a good all-around lane, unless you're playing against Taric, which is kind of weird, but against Taric it's alright, since Trist has magic damage and so does Sona. But Taric all-in is pretty scary, since he can just gib Sona instantly out of nowhere, and you can't really do much about it if they have a good AD like Graves, MF, or something like that. So, but usually nobody picks those lanes anymore, and the counter to range supports is melee supports. And I know that sounds weird and just like what, but it's true. All you do is like all in the range support as a melee support, and you win the lane. Or unless their AD overextends, and you can do that too. But right now, Sona is probably the best range support champion aside from Lulu. I guess they're on the same level, but Sona is really good for CLG, and it really suits my playstyle since she has initiate. And if your team lacks initiation or you're too scared to go in, Sona just alleviates that problem, and I can initiate when I want to and have my team follow up. Normally when I'm playing Lulu all the time, I can't really do that. I'm just a utility support, right? And I just wait for their team to engage and then counter react. But as Sona, I can just initiate and have their team react to what we're doing as aggressiveness. So Sona's really good at that. Alright, and then you have control over the lane. Usually the first kill in bottom lane decides how the lane flow is going to go. So we're winning, and we are up 20 CS, and that's really good. That's just ridiculous if you can get up 20 CS in lane. Wow, in bottom lane. So, alright, and Sona Trist all in is pretty good. And let me skip ahead here just to show a prime example. So right now we're freezing because we don't know where Elise is on the map. And then finally, and TF has ulti, so global pressure is just ridiculous right now. We can lose the lane potentially from an Ashe arrow, TF gank, whatever. So TF ports top, and we don't see Elise yet. As you can see up here, she's in the tri-bush, there's no wards. And we don't see Elise, we think she's bottom, so we don't really push forward until we see her. And then she kills Chaucer at red, and then finally we start pushing up. Push up, push up. And we just hit 6 right here on this cannon. And right here, as Sona, you want to communicate to your AD. So Double Flanner are talking. Alright, dude, we're going to go in on Ashe and Janna if I get a good ulti. And we know Ashe has Cleanse Flash right back up. So, really, in my mind, I want to go for elements. But if the opportunity doesn't right itself, because Janna is supposed to play behind their AD and just shield when the time comes, right? And then be there the tornado the Triss jump. But Elements walks too far forward, and we go on him instead. So Elements walks up for God knows what, and I'm like, alright dude, let's go. We're going on Elements, boom. As you see, Double F jump towards Cop to fake like he was going on him. So I ulti, and Cop thought that Doublelift was going on him since he jumped towards Cop and he blew Cleanse right out of Sona ult. And instead we go on Elements and take him out right there. And it's just very important to have communication, especially on Sona, when you're going to poke and when you're going to ulti and what target you're going to go on. Since your burst with power cord and your 80 damage is just so immense, you can just chunk someone down to half with your 80 carry instantly. 1 through 5, whatever. So it's very important that you have those rules instilled in your mind when you're playing Sona. And maybe in solo queue you can't really talk to your AD, but you can kind of practice it. When he like goes in for a trade, you be there too. So, alright, I'm gonna skip forward to team fights. So we're going over to push mid after we got bottom tower, and they decide to engage on us, right? So Chaucer uses ultimate just to save Link from Zed. And TF is going to ulti initiate, and TF has Zhonya's. So normally all assassins do this. Diana, Katarina, TF. They just initiate in and then Zhonya's, so your team is confused and you can't focus him. And you're just walking around waiting for the Zhonya's as their team cleans you up. So Sona's a really good counter to that. So as he ultimates in, throws cards Zhonya's, it's like, oh, what do we do? Now his team's coming to back him up, right? But as Sona, if you time your ultimate just as the Zhonya's falling off, there's no reaction time unless you're Jesus. No reaction time to dodge the Sona ultimate, and we just take him out right at then and there. So as you see, I throw ultimate just as it comes off. I hit Saint and Voidboy also with my ultimate, so they can't really come in on us and take us out because Ashe and Janna were coming up behind them. And Link, we just gave them. And it's really good if you can do that with Sona. And it just secures the team fight win because you just take them out and stun other teammates where they don't want to go in because they're one of their high priority targets just got gimped. So Zhonya's last 2 seconds, so if you can do that, it's a really good asset to your Sona play. Alright, this is kind of a bad team fight for Sona, especially. So As we're here protecting the tower, Chaucer wants to go in. Saint walks up too far ahead, tries to throw a stun or whatever. Chaucer's like, let's go in. So he flash ultimates, and right here, I should have instantly flashed ulti. I wait like 2 seconds, and then I do it after Aphromoo CC falls off. And because of that, Saint jumps in the air, Zed shadow shifts my ultimate, and I hit nothing. And that's really bad as Sona. You need to hit your ultimates. So as soon as the Moo goes in, you need to be on the spot right there. So I definitely messed up right here. But doing that, they boost their cooldowns, and Doublelift was able to clean up. Especially having Jax landing the stun on Cop. Boy has no energy. Jackie stuns me for God knows what. But as Sona in the team fights, you ultimate higher priority targets. And especially like Zed, who can insta-give your AD carry, if you can ultimate him in a fight, and sometimes it's okay to single target ult people, especially Zed. So if you ult Zed by himself, then if he walks too far forward and you can give him right then and there, that just secures the win for your team in that team fight instantly. It's just over, since your backline is no longer feeling a threat from their assassin. So sometimes it's not good. You want to hit a lot of people with your ulti, but as Sona, you don't want to use it right away. Just throw it in a team fight, hope it like where the mass mob is or whatever. When you're playing Sona, you want to hit your ultimate on high priority targets. So position yourself to hit high priority targets and as many people as you can. But if it's just higher priority targets that your team can just follow up on instantly, then it's really good. So we're going back for Baron control, and Curse is coming up on us, and Doublelift starts attacking the wave, right? And they see that, and they throw an arrow towards us, and Doublelift jumps over the wall to dodge it. The arrow hits Hotshot, and since we are a wombo combo team, this is a really good area just for us to fight in. It's a little chokehold, and they're all going to be grouped up. So they throw arrow and go in, and right here, Chaucer goes in instantly, and he ultis 3 people. He misses Cop and Boy because he didn't do it right away, but right here, I could ulti down the line and hit Saint, Elements, and Jackie, which is the 3-man ult. Or I could hit Saint, Cop, and Boy if I pushes myself right here to the right. So high priority targets, not really high priority. All Jenna does is throw a tornado. Jackie is like underfed, really, even though he's 3-2-3. Since I killed him during Zanya's and stuff, he's just so far behind. And he's way out of the team fight just to be able to do anything. So the high priority targets over here are going for Trist, who jumped over the wall. So I want to ulti them. So I ulti them, position myself to the right, throw ulti on them, and since I threw ulti on them, and Boy was about to jump over here and then ulti Link, and he could have took him out right away. Getting that ultimate off, then Jax follows up with a stun, and Link throws barrel and ultimate, and just takes out Ashe. And Boy's shadow just dissipated, so he wasn't able to do anything. And after you ultimate in team fights, all you want to do is stand next to your AD carry and protect him with cords. Usually, if it's an assassin type champion, like Zed or whatever, I use my damage reduction cord, which is W, and then slow reduction if it's like Elise, Malphite, Cho, etc. Like big fat bruisers, you just want to slow them so they can't get on top of your AD carry to like reduce attack speed, whatever. But normally it's damage reduction cord, so yeah. That's pretty much a team fight, and then we just clean up right after. Make sure you exhaust Zed right before his ultimate goes off. That's the least amount of damage it can do. Even though it's a lot, but that's when you save your exhaust. I could have exhausted anyone else in the team fight, but since we gived Ashe, and the only threat is Boy, you use your exhaust on him right after he uses his Zed ultimate. So then it just reduces the damage. Doublelift would have died if I didn't exhaust right there. So usually you want to save your spells for the right time. Don't just throw them out, because like when you're playing Sona, you have one ultimate and you better use it well, because if I don't, we're gonna lose the team fight. That's how you should always think. And that's pretty much it. That's my Razer Academy video on Sona. This is Aphromoo, support for Counterlogic Gaming. Thanks for watching.
Alright, hey guys. Again with Razer Academy, and I think this time it's gonna be us, CLG, versus some random team. Don't really know their name. Just some high elo players. Nothing too special, but I think this is one of my better games. Not really sure, we'll see. I just kind of randomly picked it out of a bunch of scrims that I had stocked up. So yeah, I picked Quirky. The reasoning being, and I don't know why ours started so slow, so generally you want to buy as fast as